You know who you watching.
We TapX, giving every viewer their fat sesh, teaching you a lesson, it's a crash test, spawning in our trap, make you TapX.
Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is TapX Goblin, and today I am coming in with a triple DNA bomb with a rainbow camo brought to you guys by TapX Dark. This gameplay is absolutely incredible, mainly because the rainbow camo, for those of you who don't know, is actually a glitch. It's kind of a, as far as I know, it's a random occurrence. Maybe not. I'm not exactly positive how this happens. All I know is that, you can't really get this in the game legitimately. So either way, very cool gameplay because, you don't really see many rainbow camo gameplays, let alone a triple DNA with it, which is pretty cool. So drop a like on this video if you enjoy. Check out Dark's channel in the description below and show him some love for this absolutely awesome gameplay, running around fucking people with a rainbow camo. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the multiple topics I have today. There's two things I want to talk about. I have a story and, a couple things about TapX. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear up, what I want to say about TapX, and then I'll dive into the story. So first off, I want to say that, the TapXRC went great. I'm really happy with all the responses we got, and I want to personally thank you guys for showing some love on the TapXRC, going for that and stuff like that. And, hopefully we could do more recruitment challenge kind of things, sooner in the future. Maybe we can do some more creative ways to recruit some new members besides just an RC. But, keep an eye out for more recruitment opportunities for all of you out there who are interested in joining TapX. And another thing I want to talk about is the standards of this team, because lately a couple of our videos I haven't been the happiest with, quality-wise. There's a lot of things that I want to improve with this team and step forwards as we're coming back and progressing in this community and, just working hard and putting out daily content. And I feel like a couple of our uploads lately weren't really up to par with what my vision is for this team. So we've, kind of cleared off the roster a little bit. Pretty little bit, I guess. We've released or removed or whatever you want to call it, 2 commentators and then a player left due to personal reasons. We've parted ways with Astros and Fido, and, best of luck to them. But, we've wanted to kind of really ramp up our commentating roster and our standards for the team as well, because gameplay-wise, I think we have a great group of guys. I think we have a really good, team of players. I think we have really good standards for our gameplays, but I felt like commentator-wise, we were kind of lacking. So we actually would be interested in picking up one more commentator for any of you commentators out there who may be interested in becoming a part of TapX. You can hit me up on Twitter or any of the leaders, and, we'll see what we can do. So that's all I wanted to talk about, TapX team-related, I guess. Also, I want to thank you guys so much for all of the support on our recent videos. Our ratings have slowly been rising. Our views per day and subs per day have been going up as we've been uploading some content, and I am very glad to see you guys watching and giving us some feedback on our videos. So anyways, without further ado, let's dive into the story. Now, the story I want to tell you guys today is my first time doing community service. Now, before I dive into it, how I got my community service, it was court ordered. That's a long story, and you can find that on my personal channel as to how that all went down. But, I don't have time in this video. Well, I technically kind of do, but quite honestly, I just don't feel like telling that whole story in this video. But anyways, so basically my first day of community service was actually exactly a week ago from today, and I'm doing it at this food pantry near me called Loaves and Fishes. I don't know if it's like a national chain or not. I have no clue what it is, but basically, excuse me, I have a cold. I have to okay, time out. I have to take a sip of my drink here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, but alright, so basically, I do it at like this food pantry, and when you sign up for volunteer hours, there are 4 things you could sign up for. You could sign up for parking, you could sign up for stocking, you could sign up for warehouse work, or you could sign up for distribution. And distribution is what I got. I signed up for parking, however, they said they really needed people for distribution when I got there, so I went and did it. But basically, to explain what my responsibility was, distribution is where... Well, no, actually, I should probably explain how the store's kind of laid out before I explain what I had to do. Basically, the place, like the food pantry, runs kind of like a grocery store, but it's just a big single file line of people who go through and pick things, like a certain limited number of things off of the shelves as if they were grocery shopping. But the thing is that because the place is tiny, there's only one person. Like, you have to go as slow as the person in front of you. There's no cutting, you have to like, you snake around the place in like a very specific order to get all your things, and you can't cut people. So, it's a pretty slow, clogged up place. So for the people doing distribution, you have to actually tell the people that come by, how much of blank item they can take, and what the restraints are, and answer any questions. Now, the problem with this is that half the people asking me questions didn't speak English. So that was tough because I'm not even bilingual, however you pronounce that word. I'm bad with pronunciation. But basically, I speak like a fraction of Spanish, okay? That's like all I do. Like, hola is about like the extent of my foreign language knowledge, and like bonjour maybe. I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly. But anyways, basically, I got assigned to the vegetable section. The vegetable section is where they have all these vegetables in bins, and I God only knows what half of them were. I didn't know what any of them were. Some dude came up to me and he was like, yo, do you know what this is? And I was like, I have no fucking clue. Like, I don't know. So I got out there and I had to hand out plastic bags to people and tell them how much of shit they could take. And everything was going great. There were some really nice people there. It was great and wonderful, and I had an hour and a half of it, which didn't seem that bad. But when you have people constantly asking you questions that you have no goddamn clue how to answer, it gets pretty rough. So, I had this one guy come up to me about 10 minutes in, and this dude had like 6 kids with him. He was one guy with like 6 kids with him. God only knows why this dude had so many children. I don't know. I mean, there's a number of variables. Pull-out game week just, overestimated the amount of funds he'd have to be able to, afford these kids, or whatever the hell the situation is. But basically, this dude comes up to me, and all of these little kids are yelling in some foreign language that I don't know. It wasn't Spanish. It sounded like Russian or some shit. I don't know. And this dude, he points at the bin full of like kumquats or some shit and says something in a language that I've never heard in my fucking life. Oh, I just punched my drink. He like points at this bin of like kumquats or some bullshit and says something in a language that I've never fucking heard. So I'm sitting here, my dick's soft. I'm upset. I'm worried. I don't know how to answer this dude. So what do? I just point. I just point at the next guy. I just threw it over to him, and the next dude had no fucking clue either. So we have to call out the manager of the place because nobody knows what the fuck this dude is requesting, but he refuses to move. Like, he will not progress. So the people behind him are getting backed up. Everyone's getting really pissed, but you're not allowed to cut people because there's quite frankly not enough room. And I don't know. It's a stupid rule, but I have to enforce it because I'm volunteering there. So this dude's aggravated. We have like a man yelling in Russian with like 7 kids sitting in his cart, like punching each other. And he's pointing at a bin of kumquats for God knows why. And eventually this dude leaves, everything's good, and then, another person comes along, and this person it's the kind of person at the grocery store who has to read the label of fucking everything and all the nutritional values, and then they like pull out their notebook and write down the calories. Like, they count every gram of everything in like a box of food. So this lady comes up, right? Like, after we just took care of the Russian guy, this lady comes up, 2 miles an hour, traffic jam behind her. It's like highways in LA if you guys have ever been to California. Fucking horrible. And she comes up, and she literally asked me how many calories are in a fucking green bean. This lady looked at me and she asked me, "Excuse me, do you know how many calories are in the green beans?" They weren't like in a container. They weren't frozen green beans. They were literally just green beans sitting in a bin. And I don't know how anyone in the right fucking mind could expect me to know how many calories are in a green bean. So I just told her 10. I don't know. I mean, maybe I fucked up her diet. I don't know. I could have killed her or some shit if she has to count calories. RIP. But either way, that's a personal problem for her. So anyways, after that, it kind of calmed down a little bit and everything got back to normal. And then I had to go out and leave, and the parking lot's really crowded, and I was pulling out, I was backing out, everything was going great, almost hit some dude's car, but I didn't, because, I'm really bad at parking, and as I'm driving away, just to top off the night as best as possible, I hit a bird. which was just awesome. I'm just driving and the bird just fucking slams into the grill of my car. So 10 out of 10, wonderful night. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and check out my channel and Dark's for this incredible gameplay in the description below. And like I mentioned earlier in this commentary, if any commentators are at all interested in joining TapX, we will be picking up one more to probably, kind of solidify and lock up our roster, to say. So if any of you guys are interested, just leave a comment on the video or tweet at myself. You can find my Twitter down there in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, drop a like, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.